Pushy bastard, Carson taunted lightly, his speech slurred. I'm not even dead, and you're already giving orders. Dylan said something in reply, but Carson couldn't make out his words. He felt as if he were floating outside himself. Was this how it felt to die? If so, it wasn't so bad. What sucked was all he was leaving undone, not to mention the big question mark in his life that would now die a mystery. 28 years. Funny, it hadn't mattered until recently. And ironic that when he was finally about to act, the chance to do so was being snatched away. Damn it, Carson, stay with me. He would have answered Dylan, but his mind was drifting back to another time, 28 years and a lifetime ago. That pivotal twist of fate had changed everything. A seed that had grown into an empire. A seed. What an ironic metaphor. One sperm specimen, 20 grand. No risk, no strings, nothing to lose. What a deal. Stan had been right. It had been a deal, one that had changed his life, and maybe created another. Carson, you've got it all. The IQ, the looks, the youth, the charm. Go for it. If she bites, you'll make a bundle. She had, and he had. He'd plowed forward from that day on, never looked back. Not till a few weeks ago. Funny how a 50th birthday made a man take stock. Where's the victim? Strange voices, pounding footsteps, the Clorox smell of institutional clothes. Paramedics. In here! Dylan's urgent reply as he led them in. It's Carson Brooks. His eyelids fluttered. Through a blurred haze, he made out 2 pair of uniformed legs hovering over him. The paramedic squatted and began working on him. Heart rate 150. Blood pressure 100/60. That's very low for Carson. Dylan's lawyer voice. Hard-hitting. Authoritative. Daunting even to his most formidable opponents. His pressure's usually somewhere around 150/100. He suffers from hypertension. He takes Dioxide to control it. Any other pre-existing medical conditions you know of? No. Okay. Pressure on his back. His lids were lifted and pinpoints of light pierced his eyes. Pupils dilated. Can you hear me, Mr. Brooks? Yes. Good. Hang in there. We're just trying to slow down the bleeding. Respiration shallow. No obstructions. Start the oxygen. Set it at 15 LPM. Let's get him on the backboard. Right. 2 more paramedics had materialized in the room and were now rustling around with some equipment. Idly, Carson noted the intricate pattern of the oriental carpet. The floral configurations had more red in them than before, and the color was spreading. An oxygen mask was fitted over his nose and mouth, its elastic strap secured behind his head. Breathe normally, Mr. Brooks. This will help. It did, a little. He rasped in the oxygen. The air freshener smell grew faint. His pulse rate's dropping, and his heart rate's up. We've got to move him, now. Another flurry of activity, and a longboard was propped against his side. Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. He heard his own groan as they maneuvered him onto the board and secured his head and body. The sound reminded him he was still alive. He had to stay that way. He had to find out who'd shot him. He had to protect his legacy. And he had to know if Rousseau was his only legacy, or if he had another one out there, one that was a living, breathing human being. Determination was suffocated by the fog enveloping his brain. Stay with us, Mr. Brooks. The paramedics were talking again. They'd lifted him onto a stretcher and were moving. They were racing him through the lobby toward the front door. Strange. He didn't remember the elevator ride down. Is he conscious? Dylan grilled. In and out. The glass doors blew open. Thick summer air enveloped them. Manhattan pollution. A hint of it seeped around the oxygen mask and invaded his nostrils. There were flashing lights, police cars flanking the ambulance. One cop rushed up to the paramedics. More ran into the building. He was transported to the ambulance. Mount Sinai? Dylan was asking the paramedic who climbed in beside him.